I was dying, but it didn't matter, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, if I ever
My team,
a Rakan without a Zaya,
my team was smurfing.
I just feel like...
Culturally, I think it's really important that we have as many people as possible under one roof.
Moving into the new office, I think from a psychological point of view, it's really good to move out of a gaming house and into a situation where people feel like they have a separation from work and from play.
If you've seen our gaming house, I mean, I'm sure you've seen our gaming house, it was quite dark, and so anytime we played, you could kind of feel that the mood was always down.
Favorite thing about the new office, I like how light it is actually, that or the coffee machine.
The coffee machine, because it is some fantastic coffee. Apparently it costs a ton. Even Nubar, I don't know if he wants me to say this, he started drinking coffee every now and then now. Still mostly tea, but...
We talk about that we're a family all the time. How does that manifest? Fostering a sense of community, not just on the competitive side, but also for our staff. Like, hello, people that are editing and filming this.
Over here, like people walk in and as soon as they walk in, they know it's work time. There's different rooms for different activities. They all know that every part of their day has a purpose. It's a massive change. I'm glad we have it now.
I mean, look at it, you know, it's really nice, and I feel like I can focus better with such an environment, and it's easier to connect.
Having everyone together is really important to us. And I think that even in the first few weeks of all being together, it's paid massive dividends.
Everybody has lunch at Mo's gaming house of food, content, academy, main team, staff, management, everybody. I love the walkover, especially because it's summer in Berlin. Getting out, getting some fresh air, whether it's going for coffee, going for Mo's, whatever.
Just moving in general, you know, I really value, and it makes me happy as well, you know. It's something I never really done in my life, but I mean, it's better for me, so I have to adapt, you know.
Food's fantastic, of course it's fantastic. It's my dad. My dad's a fantastic chef.
He's the best chef in esports.
I mean, obviously his cooking is amazing, you know.
At one point I thought he was just ordering and getting the food delivered and then kind of anchored up in the basket, because every time he'd say he'd make a food from a different cuisine or a different region, it was like super fantastic. It's like restaurant level food.
Today it was a German frikadellen, served with brioche buns and some healthy salad. As easy as that.
What I think about the 10-man roster is that I think it's good long term. People might learn from each other, the counterparts might improve. For LEC, it's only upsides, I think. Different strategies, different players that teams have to prepare for.
I really love that we have a 10-man roster, because I feel like the roster we have, all the players are really good in some way. You know, we have a lot of diversity and a lot of hungry players that want to prove themselves.
But I think for the national league that the academy team is playing for can be a downside, because we need French eligible players, and if something happens where, for example, our jungler gets swapped in, then we might need to go with a sub that we haven't played with at all. But other than that, it's only upsides for the main team.
Kindred locked in for Kire.
The masks of the Kindred seek you.
Cajal goes down to Misfits sub Kire. Lamb and Wolf are chasing down the bikes, the dogs, the arrows send Cajal to the fountain. Bolt roll will get interrupted. That's the sliding glide. Donovan sets it up for Kire to get his fourth and fifth. He's in the pit. He steals it. He steals it. Put it down on Conan. He's dashed backwards. Roll on the fence. A double shot. And Misfits take down Excel.
7 kills for Kire there. Very, very arguably the catalyst for Misfits' success.
The first thing that everyone needs to understand is that we have a very strong academy team. And when you have 5 exceptional players playing and winning, you know, the highest level of competition underneath the LEC, then it poses the question that, are they LEC level? You know, I think there are only positives, just not only from a strategic perspective, but also in the sense that like all the guys can kind of talk to each other as well and learn from each other and learn an opposite play style from each other too.
What I bring that Febi doesn't, more proactiveness in the early game. My champion style and the play style I do is more aggressive than his. Control mage style, he plays it better than me, and I think he's more consistent than me as well. He's smart about the game as well, I think.
I think he has a little bit more aggression than me. I'm also aggressive, but I'm more like reserved and consistent. Like he's really focused on mechanics and stuff, but that's something I can still take away from him, and there's a lot of things he can take away from me. So I believe it's a nice fit.
We feel and we've felt that transitioning to the 10-man roster, that if a player is unable to handle the pressure per se of someone behind them that may take their spot, if you look at traditional sports as a model, it's, in our view, healthy to have competition.
This will light a fire underneath the starting players in the LEC. I think it will also light a fire for the academy players to try and like move up as well, right?
But ultimately, everyone needs to buy into the team mindset. If someone's not bought into a team mindset and they're only thinking about me, that's a selfish way to view it. And this is a team.
Make it loud, lads. Misfits on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Misfits!